So it's Wednesday. This is the nicest day I think that I'm going to have a free day. So we're out on the bike again today. Gonna head up. We're going to head west. My son, head west. So we're going to head up to Polk Boulevard and take some of the trails out west. Because I kind of want to go look at camera stuff. And I always try to spend money locally, but it just seems like nobody ever has anything, so I tend to end up going to the Amazon. And yeah, it's a bad habit. As a local business owner, I always try to hit the locals when I can. And I understand as a local business owner that certain things will sit on your shelf for far too long, and thus, it's just not profitable to have them. That's just the way things are. I'm trying the wide angle today, so we'll see how it does. Riding up 42nd Street, heading south. There's a little bit of a wind today, but other than that, it's actually almost nice out. Just to let you know what the front view is. There we go. And that guy really pushed that yellow. So we'll stay on the sidewalk just so we don't annoy this car. Polk Boulevard, or no, Kingman Boulevard. Oh, I guess there is absolutely, oh, there's a driveway. It's been kind of, we've had a number, there's some bumps. We've had a number of what I would call fall springs, I guess is the best way to put it. Where it's just been almost beautiful out. We're supposed to have the 70s later today, and it's November 18th. But back to the whole Amazon thing. It's just real easy to order something and have it in a couple days. But I have to say that there are times where it's just like, well, I'd like to go buy something. I got some money to spend. Maybe should I go to Christian's photo, or the place I'm gonna go try checking out today, Alexander. I need another micro SD card, one of the fast ones, so maybe they have one. And I'm wondering if this mic is picking up that wind. And we'll see if I can remember how to get to the bike trail. So I may have to pull out the Google Maps and figure that out. And Polk Boulevard. Trying to be nice. And of course, you're turning left. Chimney sweeps. Chim chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. As I understand it, those didn't really exist until Mary Poppins. That was totally a fictional thing that was made up. And we'll see how much of this wind is blowing directly in my face and how much of it is not as we go along. Roosevelt High School over to your left. See if I can get it to pan over there for you. Roosevelt. Some joggers out today enjoying the brisk but yet warmer weather. And what we want to do is take this up to Ingersoll. Definitely cooler than it should. It feels colder than it actually is with that wind. So yeah, the biggest thing I haven't found on Amazon, or locally that I find on Amazon, is usually audio equipment. Because the main channel we use a lot of better in microphones and field recorders and all that stuff. That stuff you just don't find locally unless you go to Guitar Center, and what's the point with that? So I think this is going to be about a 10-mile ride today. 5 out, 5 back. And here's Ingersoll. And we're entering Waterbury. Or Waterbury. And this is where I'm going to have to hopefully remember where this goes. And I don't know if you've watched these other videos or me talking, this is one of those situations where yes, there is a bike lane all the way up Ingersoll. Then you get here and there is no sidewalk and there is no bike lane and there's no passing. So it kind of puts me in a precarious position. Though I don't have a bunch of people lined up behind me right now. And I'm trying to conserve battery by letting it coast as much as I can and keeping it in eco. Whoa! Some beautiful houses back in here. I think most of this was built the 20s and 30s. At least the original development. I should probably look it up someday. I used to know somebody that lived in these apartments over here, and I'm pretty sure those are post-war. Probably 1940s, early 50s. There's some big houses around here. And here is 56th Street. The street that is kind of a main street that shouldn't be a main street. 56th Street. This is actually not a bad ride. The way back is going to be a little bit of a pain up that hill, but I've done it. Share the road. That's right, share the road. Now I believe I take this next right. And then I want to say I take a left after this. These gingerbread style houses that are around in here. Say there's an entrance into the bike trail, should be about here, down here. Yep. There it is. Look at that puppy. Excuse me. I have not gone this way before, so this should be interesting. I'm thinking this should hook me up. Ooh, that's a nice smell. Should hook me up with 63rd at some point. This is Grand coming up. Okay, I guess, okay. So go down here and go along the creek. Gee, oh, that's a bit of a struggle. This is where my son used to have his soccer practice. The Des Moines Soccer Club, I believe is what it's called, or West Des Moines Soccer Club, or Soccer Club West. I just remember him complaining about having to do suicides. Up a little bit. I think I'm going to have to backtrack if I stay on this. There's some volleyball courts. And I could be going much, much faster, but I kind of prefer to keep it in first and eco and just take it nice and slow. Plus, I think it begs for a better film. Yeah, we're definitely backtracking. Many people go this way to avoid having to go around. So we'll see where this goes. Well, that wind is a blowing. I have to say that I don't find this one as scenic as the other ones. And I don't think I'm going to get as much distance out of this battery today just because of this stupid wind. Oh, 59th. I think this will take us up to 63rd. Because the area I want to go to is Valley Junction. I used to know a couple people that lived out in this neighborhood. Not the best one. Maybe it's changed. But it used to not be the best one. The history of West Des Moines is kind of a mixed bag, just to put it lightly. It always had a reputation of being kind of a, when it was called Valley Junction, it was kind of a den of iniquity. And then when they incorporated it, they changed the name to West Des Moines to try to get away from that reputation. So it had at one time one of the most ethnically diverse populations, and was definitely basically the other side of the tracks. Because it was kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There was nothing out here but a depot. We're going to cut across here. First Street, also known as 63rd Street to everybody that knows. And I believe that's a railroad. Should probably go down to Railroad. So at least there I'll have a light. Boy, that wind is something. Something else. Really testing out that wind guard today. let's hit the crosswalk. Whew. I already had a bit of a workout. And according to ampage hours, I am already a third way through my battery, and I've got about 6 miles. So in theory, I should be able to get 18 out of this. Oh, okay. I guess I got the signal. That's kind of confusing. All right. Now we're coming up on Valley Junction, which was basically a sinful place. But you did not want to get caught after dark unless you were looking for sinful things to do. Man, I don't know. Somewhere in the 70s, they fixed it up. They turned it into like an antique area where you could go buy your overpriced antiques. And it's kind of just been that ever since. And I do believe now I'm going to need to turn. We keep changing this. One year it was this direction, now it's this direction. So I think I'm going to have to go around the block. No, maybe not. I've never gone up here, to be honest, on a bicycle. It's probably one of the few parts of the city that I've never been on a bicycle. Ever. That's Gary's depot. I don't know who Gary is, but that's his depot. And there's the camera store. So we'll call it a day from there. Okay, so I'm on my just did this. And now it won't turn on. So yeah, just did this. It started an electrical fire. Will not turn on. And I'm stranded on 63rd and Grand. Had this bike since July. Put close to 600 miles on it, and it does this. I don't know what the deal is, but you see that? I don't know if I should try to get it started again or just leave it.
So, just so you know, I'm not sitting on the corner of 63rd and Grand anymore. I called Jimmy St. John, one of the tattoo artists, and a friend, and we loaded up the bike in the back of the pickup truck, brought it home. I contacted Juice Bikes tech support. They're telling me that called them on the phone while I was sitting there in the parking lot killing time, and they were like, well, you know, you might not have gotten the connection right, and that's why that causes that. And I'm like, yeah, but I just got done riding like 7 miles. Why would this suddenly happen 7 miles into the ride? Something about an arch or arc. I don't know. So they seem to say on the phone that they'd replace everything. It is under warranty, so hopefully I'll get a new part and hopefully be back on the road just in time for it to snow. Yep. So anyway, that's all for this personal vlog. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, then give me a thumbs down. If you'd like to see more of this, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every single time I post something. Also, check out our other channel, the main one where I do the most work, body piercing and tattooing. Link is in the description. Talk to you later. Have a good day, everybody. Take care of one another, because you know what? It's your job.